to the Drop Bass Not Bombs podcast. I'm your host, Amy Farina, aka MC Unicorn, and welcome to season 2. So if you're new here, this is the podcast where I interview interesting people in the electronic music scene who are raving for a cause, partying for a purpose, and making the world a better place. I sit down with artists, industry professionals, content creators, and more. Just keep in mind on this podcast, we have a variety of different opinions and views that do not necessarily reflect those of my own or those of Drop Bass Not Bombs. We also talk a lot about really mature topics, so listener discretion and viewer discretion is advised. Before we jump into today's episode, a quick message from friends of the podcast and our sponsors. If you're looking for the perfect outfit for a big night out or for your next rave, look no further. When I'm looking for that festival fit, I go to RolitaCouture.com. So this shirt is from there. All their clothes are handmade in Las Vegas. They're comfortable, they're practical. Even the pants have pockets. They're my favorite rave festival fashion brand. You can use code MCUnicorn to save 15% off today at RolitaCouture.com. Click the link down below and save some money and look amazing this weekend because sexy has no size. Welcome back to another episode of the Drop Bass Not Bombs podcast. Today we have hardstyle DJ and producer Piestar. He's here today to talk about the Asian hardstyle scene, his music, and what it's like performing on some of the biggest stages around the world. Can you introduce yourself a little bit to the listeners and tell us more about who you are and what you do?
Yes, so my personal name is Ting Ling. So I'm the owner of the event organization Hardstyle Taiwan. So it's a Facebook and Instagram page. So kind of we update the hardstyle news every day to introduction people the hardstyle music in Chinese. Yes, because like normally people in Taiwan they don't speak English, so we want to introduce to them in the language they're familiar with. Yeah, so I'm also a DJ producer. The name is Piestar. So I have two releases on Dirty Works copyright free, and I just finished my third track. Probably will also be on there. Yes, and I'm be doing the hardstyle events like Hardstyle Taiwan. I've been working on it for 10 years anniversary start from this year. So like last week, we just booked DJ The Prophet to Taiwan to have our 10 years anniversary events for the celebration. Yes, that's what I'm doing recently.
Congratulations. Wow, that's huge. 10 years. Yeah, I have a lot of questions for you about all that. You do so much stuff. That's amazing. But I want to take it back, way back to the beginning, starting off first. Before you did all this stuff, before you became Piestar, what is your earliest electronic music memory?
Yeah, it would be around 2006 or 2007. That was that at that era. I'm 28 from this year, so that era I'll be 11, 12. So I have a cousin. He's a mixed breed from Sweden and Taiwan, but he usually lives in Belgium, like the Antwerp. So in Europe, he knows a lot of music like hardstyle and Eurodance. And one of the summer vacation season, he came back to Taiwan and show us the music, and I just start getting to hardstyle at that time. That was my first electronic music memory.
Nice. So you started off first with hardstyle then. So, or was it Eurodance first, or what was the first genre that really got you into the music?
Yeah, hardstyle for sure.
Wow. That's rare to hear. Most people, including myself, start off with, for me, it was through Dance Dance Revolution and Eurodance and Hands Up and that, Nightcore. And then of course, like the big artists like Tiesto and Armin van Buuren, that, and then I eventually made it over to hardstyle. But that's interesting that hardstyle got you right from the beginning at such a young age. That's really interesting.
Yeah, but like after 2, 3 years, like in that period, I also went to listen to trends like Tiesto, Armin, and ATB, some stuff like that. At that moment, I wasn't really sure like, oh, do I really love hardstyle or not? Like, still searching around all the electronic dance music genres. But it's like after maybe 5 years, so yeah, I'm sure the hardstyle is my true love. Yeah.
That's awesome. Were there any artists that really drew you in at the beginning? So we're talking 2006, right? Or so. Is there anyone that really just got you hooked into it from right away?
That would be Headhunters, of course.
I was gonna guess like Dragonborn and tracks like that. I think came out around that time, right?
Not yet, not yet.
Oh,
So
not
I
yet.
think
Okay.
it will be like his Scantrax release, like Sacrifice a New Day. That was like kind of really beginning. The Scantrax Reloaded, the release, yeah.
Nice. Back in the day.
Yeah, yeah.
That's awesome. So, looking forward now to today, what's your favorite festival to go to and what's your favorite festival to play at?
My favorite festival, of course, this will be DEF CON 1, yeah. I've been there like uh if if contents Australia, it would be 4 times. So my first time DEF CON was 2017, because back then I was like still a kid. I didn't have enough money to like achieve my dream. So at 2017, I still remember like how I decided to go. The achievement is like in 2017 we have headhunters in Taiwan. At that era, he was like kind of gonna switch back from EDM to hardstyle, and the that was like the April of 2017. So his tour manager, like Timo, yeah, they came together to Taiwan. They play a show like EDM for 40 minutes, but 20 minutes the hardstyle in the end. I was telling him, hey, I really want to go visit DEF CON once. And he's kind of hinting me like, yeah, he's gonna come back to the hardstyle scene. And Headhunters is my kind of mentor of hardstyle. Yeah, I really wanna see him to on the festival stage to witness once in the lifetime. So I decided to go to DEF CON in 2017. And my second time is 2018. I go to DEF CON 1 Australia. And unfortunately, that is the last DEF CON Australia that ever happened. So, but in the DEF CON Australia, it's only a 1 day event. So it cannot really compare with the 3 days events of the Netherlands edition. And the third time is DEF CON 2019, the One Tribe. Yeah, truly amazing. The fourth time was last year, become 4 days upgrade. Yeah,
Wow, that's really
so
cool
I
about
really
Headhunters.
recommend. Yeah, yeah, I really recommend DEF CON for everyone.
Yeah, that's interesting about Headhunters. I was at DEF CON in 2015, 2017, and 2018. And I do remember his return. I do remember him leaving. It was a big thing. And I remember his return. So that's interesting that you saw him in Taiwan and it was kind of hinting at it. And then you went to DEF
Yeah,
CON. That's a really cool story. That's really interesting. Yeah, DEF CON's an amazing festival. Like I said, I've been 3 times. I love it too. What sets DEF CON apart for you from other festivals that you've attended?
yeah, because it's like the only festival that really gather the hardstyle people from all around the world. So I've been to like maybe 8 9 festival when I went to the summer festival season in the Netherlands, as always. But only DEF CON is the most special one because it's a 3 days festival. Now it become 4 days, so the only one I go with camping with, and you can meet like kind of people from other countries like Malaysia, Japan, or even from Asia. Yes, so also like American people like you and like Australians or somewhere else. Yeah, it's like a big family unite. Also, it's the only event kind of you can see all the artists in once. So that's a must go in the life list, to do list in their lifetime. Yeah.
Yeah, I love DEF CON. I'm not sure when I'll make it back again just because there's so many festivals and I'm trying to do different festivals now, of course, but there is something really special about DEF CON. And especially like you said, at the campsite with people from all over the world, it is the most like international hard dance event. And people do come from all over, and that's really cool to see. And yeah, there's a lot of Americans that go. There's like a huge group that goes every year. And so I'm always meeting up with them. And yeah, you just meet people from all over, and just the diversity of the styles too. you have all the way from like the yellow stage to the red stage to silver. There's something for everybody. And yeah, just the lineups are always really diverse, and they have different people each year, new people or surprises, and just funny stuff too. Like all my favorite DEF CON memory, I think it was from 2017 when Noise Kick did this terror sit down and he came in on a unicorn, and I'm MC
Yeah,
Unicorn, so I
yeah,
was like,
yeah.
oh my, and I love terror, so I was like, oh my god, Noise Kick's coming in on a unicorn. And it was just, that was cool. And I've heard too they've done like speedcore dating, and they've done yoga, and they just have really creative ideas, especially yeah, like the hard dance fitness. And yeah, it's just it's a special festival.
Yeah, I do remember. I went to the speedcore dating last year.
Ooh,
It
did you
was
meet
really fun.
anybody? Oh,
I was dating with a guy.
okay, okay.
No, no,
That
no.
sounds
I'm not.
fun.
I'm not into male, but yeah, that's just for fun, you know. And it was
Nice.
like DJ Akira playing on stage. So he was a he was Cantonese people like from Hong Kong, but living in the Netherlands. But the special thing is because it's like speedcore dating. So he played like Cantonese love song on stage and mixing with the tarot. It was really funny. Like maybe
Whoa.
95% of people that never understand the lyrics, but they can feel the romantic vibes from the music and start dancing and dating around.
That's so funny. Oh, Akira's awesome. I saw on YouTube you've done some things with him as well. And yeah, that's really, really cool. That's a yeah, I wish I went last year. We were actually moving to a new apartment. So yeah, it was actually we were moving like June 27th, like the same day as like the last day of DEF CON. So it was like, yeah, obviously you
Really?
can't move. Yeah, obviously you can't move and go to a 4-day camping festival in the same weekend. But yeah, I don't think I'll make it this year either. My schedule's already pretty booked, but hopefully the following year, because yeah, now you're like, now you're making me want to go to DEF CON again.
Yeah, that's how we meet, like from the QSA meeting, you know, if you remember.
Is that I thought I met you for the first time in Croatia?
I think it's like QSA meeting on 2019. You could since I show you your card as the first time. Like I
Oh,
have
did you
two
come
of
to
your
my
cards.
party? Oh, really? Did you come
Yeah,
to
yeah.
my
So I think
party
that
in
was the
Amsterdam?
first time we meeting. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, oh cool. Whoa, okay. Well, this is a Drop Base Not Bombs exclusive. Yeah, that was our first event, and that was in 2019. Yeah, the night before DEF CON. Oh, that's so cool. I thought the first time I
Yeah.
met you was in Croatia, but to be fair, like that party in 2019, there was so much going on. It was the first time I've ever organized an event like not supporting an event, but like me organizing it. So it was a lot. We had a lot of help, but it was so many people and so many things. And then I went to Colombia like 2 days later for like a family vacation. So
Wow.
I didn't even go to, which was very last minute also. Oh, okay. So you have two of my cards. Oh, that's so funny. Cool.
Yeah, I did show you.
Oh, that's awesome. So, okay, we love DEF CON, so that's really clear. So I want to transition a bit to talk about the scene in Taiwan. I've never been there before. What is the hardstyle scene like there?
So for me, I'm doing the Hardstyle Taiwan page every day. So it's like trying to like get people like put Hardstyle into their daily life. Like they can see it every day. So more more get the people to get connected with the Hardstyle. So I'm doing like monthly events from clubs to small venues and sometimes into festivals. Yeah, so like the last event I did was the 10 years of Hardstyle Taiwan. We have a club tour, two clubs. One in Taipei is the capital city of Taiwan called Omni Club, and the second one was at the Elta Club. So we booked DJ The Prophet to Taiwan for the first time before his retirement. Yeah, so it was a really crazy party with his old classic tracks, really amazing. And also at the New Year's Eve, we have D Block and Estefan. They also played both of the clubs. And looking back to December, we have Kun at the Christmas era. Yeah, Kun also did a club tour from Taipei to Taichung. In November was the Trikas. October, I did a local events at a venue called Pipe Live Music. It was a 200 capacity venue, so we have only local DJs, but October, so we did a kind of masquerade party for the Halloween. Yeah, so that was what the party happening recently.
So
Yeah,
it sounds like you have an extremely active scene. So would you say it's underground and busy, or is it mainstream? And like that, you just named a lot of big artists and a lot of events.
yeah, it's kind of like starting from the underground to going to the mainstream. It's like during the COVID era, people was kind of getting boring, but and also we cannot invite international artists, but the music taste for the mainstream scene, it was like they start from listening EDM into more fast music. That's how they get into hardstyle, and we like to introduce the new people like from hardstyle remix or like mainstream hardstyle tracks, so they can more easily get into like people from listening to bounce, so they like reverse bass. So before we book artists like the Three Cousin Kunya, that was pretty mainstream for them. So hardstyle now is getting mainstream into club. But if
Hmm.
you only look at the local event, I'm kind of doing pretty often, like monthly. But for the local DJs, they still need to get supports. Like if I'm doing a venue show, it's only the income is only from tickets and not a lot from the drinks. So it's kind of hard to like making profit. But if we go into clubs, like we have a collaboration, like they have the customer and visitor they usually have. So it's more easy to like making the genre to grow bigger. But it's also not easy to work with clubs since like before, like back then they feel hardstyle music is too hard, but nowadays they just kind of feel like, oh, it's just a faster EDM music. It also like really com- it's really connected about how the hardstyle grows, like the evolution of hardstyle. Back then it was like too raw or too, you can say the kind of the material of the music is not that easy for people to get into. But nowadays, like the synth, the kicks are more easy to like for the listener for the first time. Like it's more easy for them to feel it. Yes.
Yeah, I think so as well, especially like some of the artists that you've named, Detweekas. Like a lot of people start off listening to Detweekas because it's catchy. You know, they have the remix of Let It Go. Everybody knows Frozen. Everybody knows Moana or Jägermeister. It's a catchy song. Like
Yeah,
you
like
don't
that. Yeah,
need
like
to
that.
be a weekend warrior to enjoy it or find it catchy. So it sounds like melodic hard style is doing really well there. What about other genres? Like, do you see raw style or Frenchcore, up tempo, any of those coming to Taiwan, or is it still mostly melodic hard style?
Yes, I can say it have to be like kind of euphoric and reverse bass. Raw style is not really a big thing, but for the dedicated listeners, they like raw style, of course, because it's like also same like in general, the music taste will be listened harder and harder. But as you say, like French chord, people only recognize that artists like Sefa because he's like really musical with all the melodies, classicals. I think the one of the reason is like his music for people easily to get know into it. I think that's also one of the key points. Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. And then once you get them in, you can give them harder and faster music. We see that in the US too. And what you said earlier as well, that like people coming from other genres. So one thing that I saw a lot in the US was like dubstep. There would be a dubstep party, and then at the end of the night it was hardstyle, or it would be psytrance. And because there is crossover between those genres, dubstep is also, it's also dark, it's also dirty, grimy kind of music. It's just not as fast as hardstyle. And then psytrance is fast and can even be faster, but it's also like that dark. So it's, there's a crossover. And once you get the people in the door, then you can start taking them down to even harder genres, or even, lesser known artists, things like that.
Yes, I get what you're talking about. It's same like the hardstyle scene in Taiwan, like eight like back into 8 years, 7 8 years before, the hardstyle DJ like 7, 8 years ago, we started booking international hardstyle DJs, but it's like we cannot do it like for an event with single hardstyle DJ only. We have to do the events together with like trance music or some side trance, a little bit dubstep to get into like the all kind of electronic dance music listeners, like to introduce them into hardstyle, and we can only do like once a year before. So nowadays the scene has really grows a lot. Also the market, yeah.
That's good. So you've been to the Netherlands a lot. How would you compare the Dutch scene to the scene in Taiwan when it comes to dancing, fashion, the way people interact, how hard people dance, things like that, how hard people go, stuff like that?
Yeah, so like sometimes in Asia the crowds are really shy. They don't really like to kind of dance or express themselves. But sometimes yeah, after a couple of drinks they get into the mood, they start dancing, and they are not really kind of dancing all night. Like Asia is kind of bad is like when they go into a certain events, they are like, oh, I'm here just for some certain DJs. If they're playing, they are finished and they gone. So it's kind of hard to like keeping the dance floor in a full packed moment. Yeah.
Hmm. And so once they get up and start dancing, are they shuffling? Are they doing hokken? Are they doing clap along? Or are they just normal club dancing? Is there a distinctive, for example, like in the US, it's really common to see people shuffle. We also, you've seen it. And also with flow arts like gloving, LED hula hoops, poi, like all that stuff is very American. Is there a specific style of dancing in Taiwan when it comes to hardstyle?
Really, they just do some club moves, but for hardstyle, yeah, they know like to like waving their feet out like this, yeah. But
Nice.
some of the really dedicated people, yeah, they like hacken, or some of them like shuffle, because back in time, like Taiwan was really popular in trance music, so they know shuffle and they kind of bring the shuffle dance to hardstyle music. Yes, but that's only like 10 or 5% only. So still the 90%, 80% club moves, fist waving. Yeah, that's all
So
about.
how about you? What's your preferred style of dancing?
Yeah, I will do some fist palms. If the music gets faster, I start hacking with them. Yeah,
Nice. Yeah,
that's
same.
how I do.
I'm not a particularly good dancer, but yeah, it just depends on if it's raw style, I'll try to kick roll. If it's hardcore, I'll try to hock in. If it's more hard style or EDM,
Yeah,
I'll
yeah,
try to shuffle. If I'm really feeling into it, I'll do like the Australian muzzing moves. Like I just, it just depends depends how the night is going, I guess. Um
yeah,
so
yeah.
I want to talk about Hardstyle Taiwan. When did you start this organization? How did it come to be?
So it starts from 2013, and back in the days, how I start, how I started is because like around 2013. I can tell you my first hardstyle party was 2012, because organization they booked Debug and Estefan to Taiwan for the first time. So I joined the party and I started getting in love with hardstyle. But at that era, I was like on a lot of Facebook groups in Taiwan. There were only like EDM people lovers Facebook. So in that era, I started like I should create one like to gather the people who love hardstyle. So the name like Hardstyle Taiwan, it become Hardstyle Taiwan. Back in the days was like Taiwan Hardstyle Hardcore Lovers or Taiwan Hardstyle Hardcore Club. It has a really long title. It's just because I want people like typing Taiwan and hardstyle and they can search us like immediately. So nowadays you switch like hardstyle Taiwan is just kind of easily. And so how I started was just to want to gather the people who has the same hobby as I. So like after 4 years at 2016, yeah, we think yeah we have kind of enough of dedicated people in the group already. So we start to throw out our first party in 2016. Yeah, the first party was like 3 to 4 local DJs, and we sold like 150 tickets around that. We think yeah, it's kind of a good result. In the end of the year, we booked Radical Redemption. That was our like
Whoa.
first international guest. Yeah.
Wow, that's a huge amount of growth. So what can you attribute that to? Just people, there was a real need for it, I guess, or it was such a good party. It's like everyone was all about it.
Yeah. So back then was like I have a Korean friend. She called Jisoo. So yeah, she was studying university in the Netherlands. So she knows some hardstyle people and introduced the agent to me. It's like, oh, the artist probably will come to Asia. Are you interested to do together? So that was kind of the right timing. So we do this together. Yeah.
Nice. I think I met her before actually. Yeah, her name
Cool.
sounds familiar. Yeah, that's really cool. So she made the connection and yeah, that's awesome. And then now you're doing all these events. That's so cool. So what can
Yeah.
you shout out some artists in Taiwan that listeners can check out? Is there anyone that you recommend other than yourself?
Yeah. Okay. So a guy called Teddy, Teddy. He's a UK hardcore producer, a UK hardcore, heavy hardcore, and transcore. He has some release on Electric Fox, also a collab with DJ Joy Riot. You can check his music on the Dirty Works channel, and also a guy called like Narcis, Narcyz. He has couple release on Dutch Masterworks for hardstyle, also released on Dirty Works, and one release on Q Dance Next. Yeah, he's kind of good. Yeah.
Nice. That's really cool. So I'll link to all those in the show notes so everybody can check them out. Yeah, I'm really curious too. And I want to go to Taiwan. I want to go to one of your parties.
Hey, you are always welcome.
Thanks. That sounds awesome.
But yeah,
I'm
also
excited.
like DJ. Let me put two names more.
Sure.
Also, for females like DJ Cindy, like Cyndi. Like she's a upcoming new producer, so she has a release on Dirty Works copyright free as well, but it's more raw style with melodic. You can say it's like raw folkloric. She has a track called Wasted. We can check that out on Dirty Works. And also the most famous DJ from Taiwan, a female artist called Ray Ray. She's more like making bass music, has released an album on Baron Family, but she also makes a bit hardstyle. She has a collab with Sigmund. It calls oh shit, I forgot the name.
That's okay. We can
It's
look
like
it up.
it calls oh my fucking god, OMFG.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. Oh, I know. I love Sick Mode. Anyone who knows me knows I'm obsessed. I listen to Too Cold probably 5 times a day. I love that song. Such
That's
a
a
good song.
lot.
It gets me through. Yeah, I'm okay. Maybe not 500, but I listen to the song quite often. I listen.
Yeah,
Gets
yeah,
me
yeah.
going. It's my pump up song. That's really cool. Yeah. Okay. I'll definitely have to check all those out. Awesome. So let's
Yes.
say a DJ, producer, or an event organizer wanted to break into the Asian hardstyle market. What advice would you have for them?
Probably remix a Taiwan or Asian song into hardstyle, you know? It's like the Tweakers there, we invite them to Taiwan. I think it's like 2021 for the first time. And they make a song called like Hodala. So we say Hodala in Taiwan is like drink till the bottom. It really fits on them. So
Oh,
yeah,
that's on
after
brand for
they
them.
have
Yeah.
the Taiwan drinking remix song, they have the really big population in Asia and Taiwan. And also Sound Rush, they remix a really famous Cantonese song is like all about freedom. So after that, they gained a lot of fans like within the Asia Pacific era. Yeah,
Oh, that's good advice. So to take songs that are popular there, or to take a song that would resonate with the people there, and like make a fun remix or a fun edit, I think that goes along with what you were
yeah,
saying before too. Like, with this melodic hard style or transitioning from EDM into hard style, like that's a good way to bring people over too, is to take a popular song and add that kick under it, make it hard style. And I've seen that before at major festivals too. Like for example, at EDC Orlando or at Electric Zoo, you'll hear like a popular song with a hard style kick, and yeah, someone like Hardwell will play it, or Tiesto, and people go crazy, and they don't even know that it's hard style necessarily. They like it, and they're like, wow, it's sped
yeah,
up,
yeah,
it's fast, it's catchy, and then next thing you know, they're booking flights for DEF CON. So it works.
yeah. It's like getting the thing they know they're familiar with and mixing into hardstyle. It's also same like many big EDM DJs. They play at the festival and they play their last track as a new hardstyle remix, like Dimitri Vegas or Armin. They did a lot. Yeah, that's how it goes for the hardstyle growth.
Yeah, Martin Garrix as well. Yeah, I've heard that a lot. And also again, I was at EDC Orlando the end of last year, and like I heard that a lot too at the end of sets. It's like, oh, or Timmy Trumpet played a lot of hard set. He even played GPF too. I went crazy. I went crazy for that. Like that's awesome. And that's what I want to see. And that's really how you get more people into the scene, because you know the people in the crowd, they're taking out their phones, they're shazamming the song, and they're like, what is this? And then, you know, then they go on YouTube and your suggested videos. Next thing comes up, DEF CON Climax, Decibel, and then next thing you know, you're a weekend warrior.
Yeah.
So I want to switch gears a bit now and talk a bit about your music. So let's start first.
Yes.
You're a DJ and a producer. Do you have a preference for DJing or producing, or are you just amazing at both? You love both?
I prefer DJ more.
Yeah, and why is that?
Yes, because like standing on stage in front of people, also like playing out your music to more strength, like they I'm a stranger for them, so it's like showing them what hardstyle is. That is a more easy way to let the new people get into hardstyle and getting know to me, and that's how I can make friends in general. Yeah, I really enjoy
Nice.
DJing because also you can play in different clubs, but making music is always in front of the computer. Yeah, just you always interact with computer is too boring, you know. I like to get in touch, drinking with people, everyone. Yeah.
Yeah, and feeling that energy from the crowd, you know, like you don't, if you're sitting in the studio with your headphones on, you don't have the energy when you press a button or something, you don't have everyone be like, yay. You know, when you're in the studio, when you're in the crowd, you can really get that feedback and you can really feel the vibe. And yeah, like you said, it's a great place to meet people. It's a great place to make connections. Yeah, that makes sense to me. So
Yes, yes.
before you get on stage, do you have any pre-performance rituals or routines that you do before you start a set?
Couple of drinks for sure, and that's it.
Do you have a favorite drink?
Favorite drink, yeah. Heineken, Jägerbomb, gin tonic, everything works for me. Depends on what they offer.
Nice. Okay, that sounds good. So you
Yeah,
take a couple drinks and ready to go.
yeah, I'm an easygoing person. I
Nice.
still remember a funny story. It's like I play at the festival like last summer in Taiwan, so I asked for like I want two bottle, but because it was like they forgot to prepare, like it's not they forgot to prepare, it's like a government event, so they are not allowed to prepare alcohol drinks before the show. So during the show, there was like okay, some liquor store, convenience store around the venue. I was like, okay, get something maybe like sparkling wine or white wines for two bottles. Okay, and they went back with two bottles of vodka
Oh my
because
God.
it's like if you pronounce like in Taiwan language, like we say, okay, that is a white looking liquor. So yeah, vodka also looks clear and white for them. So they bring back two bottles of vodka.
Think you're getting wine and it's like, here's two bottles of vodka. Here you go. So how did that set go then
Yeah,
after the vodka? Good.
that's too fun. So I get all my friends really drunk, and we had a really good time.
Oh, it's awesome.
We just want to drink everything. So yeah,
Nice.
that
So
turned out a really good memory.
so people should next time just bring you bottles of vodka.
No, I don't want to get wasted every time.
Just other people.
Yeah.
So you have some releases on some of the biggest hardstyle labels in the world, such as Dirty Works. What has it been like to work with these?
How I started was like back in the I think like back in 5 years. I'm a kind of a loyal customer from the Dirty Works shop. Like back in the days, behind the Dirty Works merchandise store, it was tough music. So I'm a person. I'm a really big CD vinyl collector of hardstyle. So I start collecting and I buy a lot of physical stuff from them. after that they merged into with Dirty Works, so I'm really close with the team. So at that around 2018, I visit Belgium to their warehouse for the first time because I start selling their merchandise in Taiwan for for the hardstyle lovers. So yeah, people, I want to let the all the dedicated fans, the people feel like hardstyle is with them every day. So I start selling the merchandise, and after I make music, because I have a good connection with them, so I want to release music on their label. That's how I start working with them. So it's not just from music, also merchandise. So we keep contact each other monthly, weekly. So it's like good friends in general, yeah. Not just like working. And also for
Oh,
hardstyle, just like doing the thing you love. So it's never really feel like work. Yeah.
that's cool that the connections run deeper than just the music, that you can find a lot of different ways to work together and to collaborate.
Yes, yes.
Nice. So speaking of collaborations and friends, I've seen, like I said before, on your social media that you're friends with Akira and you've done things with him before. He is all about terror, as we know, and speedcore. Do you see yourself branching into that side of the harder styles? I mean, I've seen hardcore sets from you online, but is terror in the
Yeah.
cards or speedcore, up tempo? What are your thoughts on like beyond hardstyle?
So personal, I also like hardcore,
Mm-hmm.
and I like to play hardcore for fun in many ways. And also, hardcore has a different kind of when you're DJing, it's different kind of mixing, and you can play more skills on playing hardcore. So I really love hardcore music as well. And like Akira is also because we're a really good friend, and he's from Hong Kong. So back in 2018, yeah, one time go back, he fly back from the Netherlands to Hong Kong, and I book him to Taiwan because it's really nearby, so it won't cost me a lot. So I tried the first terror event in Taiwan, but it
Oh
doesn't
my
turn
god!
out really well because the music
What
is
was that like? Did people come?
not a lot because the music is like too hard and it's like in unknown world to them. But some of the hardstyle people they came for trying. I remember it only sell like 60 or 80 tickets, but it's still kind of good for me. I didn't lose a lot of money, but it's a good memory and a good try. Yeah, for the scene.
It's hard when you're getting into the harder styles. I see that here as well, even in the Netherlands, like with speedcore. I went to a speedcore. Actually, I'm not going to say the name of the organization, but I went to a speedcore party here in the Netherlands, and there was not a lot of people. Maybe like 12 people. Like there was not a lot of people, and
I'm
it
really
was
sad about that.
it was like in the middle of the day, like in a random residential area. Like it was very small, but I mean, I had a great time. But yeah, it was definitely not a high turnout. But then on the other hand, all of Noise Kick's parties, that Noise Kick, Terror Drong, and those events,
Yeah,
I mean, they're packed. Like they're always busy. I've been to one or two of them before. So it just depends. But yeah, when you're getting beyond and also with his terror events, like it's a brand too. So he has an established brand. He has a very established following, and
yeah,
also like
the
he
Terror
books
Dang.
different artists. Yeah, that one. Yeah, Terror. I don't know if it's Terror Drunk, Terror Dang. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Nice.
Cool, cool.
So, looking ahead to the future, are there any festivals that you'd love to get booked at, that you've loved to play at, that you've never played at before?
So the bucket list will always be like DEF CON and maybe some of the hardstyle festival like Intense or Wish. Yes, like Wish, I've been there like every time I go to the Netherlands because it was always like a week after DEF CON, so I can go both of them for like my festival tour, visiting tour. Also like Dominator because I like hardcore personally, but I make more mainstream river space hardstyle. Maybe that's not possible, but yeah, it's kind of a bucket list in the future. DEF CON is the first place for sure. I
Have
hope
you
I can make
ever,
it this year.
yeah, you should. Have you ever been a Harmony of Hardcore?
Never.
You
I
should
would like
go.
to
Go
go
with
there
Akira.
once. I've been to Dominator 3 times, and yeah, I really enjoy the whole hardcore experience in the festival. I also went to Free Festival. So it's hosted by Art of Dance. So it was also contains a lot of hardcore DJs. Yeah, it was really crazy with like nowadays the up tempo music. I'm not a really up tempo guy. I can listen to it maybe half to 1 hour, but that's like max for me. But nowadays I can see the hype in the Netherlands. Like I went to a Free Festival or Dominator. The up tempo stage was like always being packed. Yeah.
Uptempo is extremely popular now, and you even see it. And I've talked about it previously on the podcast before that at the end of Raw style sets, you'll hear like, uptempo at
Side
the end. And
effects.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's really big. There's a lot of good uptempo. I do like uptempo. I like it a lot, and I see it really growing here. I don't know exactly why. I think it just resonates with people. Yeah, and I
Yeah.
guess music is perhaps moving in a faster direction. I'm all about that. That's fine for me. But yeah, it's getting bigger and bigger here for sure.
True.
So you've been in the scene, yeah, since like 2006. How has the hardstyle scene changed since then? Would you say it's changed a lot or a little bit?
I think it's just like the evolution of hardstyle. It's just like if you listen to the track back in the days, you can feel like the kind of structure is really simple, like the bass line is clean, or the kicks are light compared to nowadays. Like the raw style back in the days, you probably will feel like, oh, it's just like euphoric now, or classic hardstyle. And yeah, I kind of like raw style back in the days, like when around 2011, like raw style just getting started. The raw style is more about screeches, but nowadays the raw style is more about crazy kicks and like multiple crazy kicks. It's kind of different, but I think it's just like the evolution of hardstyle. We probably will see what hardstyle will go like next in the couple years. So I still remember like 3, 4 years ago, like side style was a new thing, or 8, 9 years ago there was like dub style, like dubstep and a bit hardstyle, and yeah, around like 2015 there was kind of like EDM hardstyle. They call some of them call hard drop. It was like Dr. Root, Crystal Lake Isaac, something.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, but like right now, I think like you can say it's like extra raw, but like it's raw. It's just in general raw style. So raw style is kind of the biggest thing right now. I can feel it's just like you can kind of see how the music goes with the Q-Dance top 100 list. That kind of reflect the taste of how people like now. Yeah. Also like the Master of Hardcore list, you can see it's like yeah, 80, 90% up tempo, but that's what people likes at the moment. Yeah.
It would be interesting to look at the lists from like 2006 and like then look at it today. I actually did that a while ago with like DJ Mag. I have like a weird fascination with the science and life behind DJ Mag, and it's very interesting. Probably could do a whole separate podcast about it. But looking at the list from
Yes.
like 1997 and like when it started to like looking at the list today, and then looking throughout the years of like now it's the same people rotating. It's like Dimitri Vegas and like Mike, Martin Garrix, Hardwell, Tiesto, that are like rotating for the first spot. And then when you look back to years ago,
Yeah.
it was like so different, like who got the first spot each year. And it's just interesting to see how people's taste changed. And then yeah, with the list, like now it's raw style and up tempo are very popular. We've also seen it with the hardstyle.com list that came out too, the hardstyle awards that came out as well. So yeah,
Yeah.
it's I would be curious to look back and see. Yeah, and like you said too, I've noticed that I was at Time Warp. It's a techno party, it's a German techno party, and I went to the one in New York, and a lot of that techno sounds like early hardstyle. So it was like my friends and I was there with hardstyle people, and they're like, is it techno or is it earlier? Is it hard techno or is it early hardstyle? And so that's interesting as well, to the overlap between those two genres and the evolution between those two genres and how they've kind of come together, win apart, come together again.
Yeah, I can feel like the techno nowadays is going like the early hardstyle. Like even some of the techno DJs, they play the early hardstyle tracks in their set right now.
Mhm.
I remember like a couple of months ago, people sent me a set like a duo from Boiler Room.
Hmm.
They playing like Summer of Hardstyle in their techno set. It's kind of cool for us. Also like some techno boy music, and yeah, like TNT. Now they're like start making music called I Am Techno. But back in the days, it's like I still remember like DJ Zames, like Zanith, or I really forgot the name. Like Zanith and Techno Boy. It's like they released kind of a mixed collaboration album. It's called like I Am Techno, but yeah, it's hardstyle. So nowadays the techno becomes hardstyle. Back in the days, they like to say their hardstyle is techno. Yeah,
Yeah. So what's going to happen, do you think, in the future? What future trends do you see for hardstyle? Do you think we're moving more even further than up tempo faster? Is it going to be more mixed with techno? What are you predicting for this year?
I see. I feel like it was still to be raw style or like really crazy hard kicks, but it will also have kind of a new generation like combining with techno music. Like I kind of like the new Devon Wild release. He has an EP called like XL. It has a really strong techno vibe on it. I kind of like it. Maybe in the future we can see like more techno-ish hardstyle or hardstyle-ish techno. I don't know about that yet. We will keep looking on the scene how it grows. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll have to see what's in store for this year. So there's something about hardstyle that really pulls people in, like we've talked about before, making it a genre where you either love it, you eat, sleep, breathe hardstyle, or you really don't like it. At least that's from what I've observed, throughout my career and throughout my life as a electronic music listener. Do you believe this is true? And if so, what makes hardstyle such a compelling and intense genre?
I think it's more about the lyrics of the music. It's like yeah, like some of the anthem like I Am Hardstyle, it's just like oh the music is get into you. Like also some track like Brain Hard is like feeding or fuck off for hardstyle. And like Showtech fuck the system is like I live for hardstyle, baby. I live for hardstyle. Or yeah, it's just like I feel the lyrics is kind of important to like get people to like get into it, like have the spirit. It's like yeah, I kind of live this with all my friends. This is the music I like. Yeah, also like back in the days, a track on Zatox, I forgot the name, but it's just like yeah, really showing out like hardstyle is all you have. That's really important to get people like to know like yeah, this music is all about my life. Yeah, the track is called My Life in Zatox.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think definitely the lyrics and also like the branding and the marketing of like making people feel like weekend warriors. You're part of a group. You're part of one tribe. You're part of a
yeah.
community.
You got the orange heart. Yeah, I
Yeah,
think
orange
you got
heart.
a lot of
Yeah, giving
those.
people
Yeah,
putting labels on people and making them feel and you do feel that, like, for example, again at DEF CON we've talked about this, like you do feel that sense of community. You do feel walking around like these are your people. You can make friends with anyone. Like you just go up to someone when you're waiting in line to get some French fries and be like, "Oh, are you going over to Zatox's set?" Like, yeah,
yeah,
or
yeah,
hey, do you know what time Brendan Hart's playing? Or like, oh, you're wearing a speedcore shirt, like you can just immediately, because at the end of the day you have that in common. I don't think anyone would go to those festivals unless they either like the music or were curious about it, or maybe they got dragged by someone else, but probably not, because it seems like a lot. It's a lot to get dragged to. So I think everybody who's at these 3-4 day camping weekend long events really really loves it, or they're curious and they want to get into it.
yeah, yeah. Totally.
Definitely. So I want to transition now into a bit more personal questions. So we've talked about Hardstyle Taiwan, we've talked about your DJing and producing career, but you're also an industry professional in the scene. So can you tell us a little bit about all the work that you do in the electronic music industry aside from DJing and producing?
Oh yeah, so I also because I started really like hardstyle back in like 2000. No, I was like attend my first hardstyle event in 2012. So also I really want to get into the scene, like the whole electronic dance music scene. So at 2013, I joined the organization of the one which organized the hardstyle party in 2012. So I started working for them like as a ticket seller, like a public relation promoter, just like helping out the scene to grow and let people get into the. It's like back in the days, people like physical tickets with like a exclusive printing, and you also have to like putting the music poster on the street, like the popular streets. So it's more easy to like get into the. I kind of enjoy it because it's easier for me to get into people who like electronic dance music. So it's just like they see the people and like we have the same hobby passion on it. And after a couple of years, yeah, like some of the other organization, like they do EDM events, but they also asking me to sell the tickets for them because they know I have a bunch of friends like loves to listen to EDM music. So that's how I start working in the scene. And after years by years, because like Taiwan in general, people speak Taiwanese Chinese, and they know I'm speaking English, so I start kind of helping the organization to prepare like artist writer or backstage or like being the local tour manager for the artist. And that's how I get more close with the hardstyle artists and some EDM artists as well. Yeah.
That's
And
cool.
I also like like because of getting know more people, so I start like helping out my friends like building little easier stage of like putting DJ equipment, like helping the supporting the local DJs. Maybe they have a event with like 100 capacity, so we can support their DJ gear and also helping out to promote the music. Sometimes it's even free of charge because yeah, we all just love this music and we know the people is not gonna make money on this, so we like to help each other. Yeah, that's how I kind of work in the scene. Yes.
Yeah, I have a similar story to you as well. Like I've worked as stage crew, I've like worked as a stage manager, I've like organized events, I've been promotions manager, worked I just did a little bit of everything in the US in the electronic music scene because that's how you support the scene, especially with hard dance. Like it's not a big industry, it's not a big scene, it's pretty underground in the US. So you got to be selling merchandise or like helping out at the door or, bringing the DJs towels on stage when they
Yeah,
need,
yeah,
just like
yeah.
lending. And like a lot of those jobs I did not get paid for. Some I did, but most did not. But just, people saw me kind of like they saw you as being reliable and dedicated and always there. And like, hey, can you help out? And then you end up helping out all the time because you start to notice things like, oh, this is, one of the monitors is not working. Let me go tell someone. And next thing you know, you're like on stage, like helping, like, this isn't my job, but I guess I'm here now.
Yeah, yeah.
You start to, you get deeper and deeper involved. So yeah, you do a lot of stuff for sure. On top of all of this, you also co-founded a clothing brand. How did that start? Do you have a background in fashion? What motivated you to start your own clothing company?
Not really. So it was like co-found with my friend last year because like we are a really close friend. I started knowing him back in like around 5 years ago. So yeah, we are before like that like 2000. I think it's around 2018. We are both like artists, like the local tour manager, artist, handler for Ultra Music Festival in Taiwan. So we kind of work together, and I because I really he also speak English, so I really like to work with him, and we feel like yeah we are really good friends. And he has more fashionated background, so and he also DJing. They has a have a no, I mean they are a mask duo. They are a duo, but they mask up. They call ganja. They are looks kind of fashion, so they start wanna making their own clothing brand. And around last year, yeah, we decide to like make a clothing brand together. And he knows some people like working in the fashion industry, so just wanna try to promote the brand out and also like have our own clothing line. And also when like us, we usually DJing, but we are always headaching about what shirt should we wear today or not, and he just decided to make out of itself. And for me, I just want to get involved together to support my friend. That's how I kind of get started with my friends. Yeah,
Nice. So do you wear the clothes a lot when you're DJing?
I do.
Cool. Well, that's good
Just not
promo.
today.
Okay, yeah. That's nice. That's really cool. Well, I'm excited. So do you guys have any goals for this year when it comes to your clothing brand? Any new
Yeah, we will.
lines or designs?
Yeah, we will come up a new season. It's called like Ride with Us. So you just want people to ride with us, and it will like having some material about like car and racing to be like ride with us. Yeah, that's just a little bit hint. So,
Ooh, an exclusive. Well, thank you for sharing that with us. I appreciate that. And everybody should definitely go and check that out. And we'll link to everything again in the show notes. Ride with us. Okay. Well, I'm excited. So do you make clothing for men and women?
like unisex. Yeah,
Unisex. Okay, so because I'm like, oh, maybe I'll rock a shirt. Okay, yeah, unisex. Perfect. Okay, well that's really good.
thank you.
So you're welcome. So we're coming to the end now. I just have two more questions for you. This is the question that I ask all of my guests. How do you rave for a cause or party for a purpose in your life?
Yeah, I just like it's part of my life already, and also I kind of went to party before it was like almost every week, like because all of the local DJs like they are kind of resident DJ in club nights, so I just want to have a drink or visit my friends every week. So I kind of going to like nightclubs and these like some venue shows, events, underground events every week. Sometimes supporting my friends and also just meeting them up. So it's just already being the music festival is already part of my life. Also party, yeah. So that's just like a daily routine, weekly routine for me. Yeah,
Like going to the gym or brushing your teeth. It's
yeah,
like there's just hard style.
true.
Cool. Yeah, I feel that too. Like I think we saw during the pandemic what it was like to not have live events, and it's like wow, it's such a void missing, you know? It's such a big part of our lives that we didn't have for that time, and now we have it again, so we should enjoy it.
Yeah, I'm gonna more cherish about.
Yeah, cherish it. Yeah, cherish every moment for sure. So,
Yeah.
final question, where can people connect with you online? Where can they buy your clothes? Where can they find your music? Please link, shout out everything.
Yeah, so for my personal page, it would be like Piestar on Facebook, also like piestar.tw on Instagram. That's for my personal DJing. And you can also search my music on Spotify and YouTube. And for events, like if you are coming to Taiwan in the future, just search Hardstyle Taiwan on Facebook. You will find my page to see if there's hardstyle events coming around. Feel free to join us. And for the clothing brand, will be Starfalln Lane. On Instagram, it's like Starfalln. Yes, it's like Starfalln Lane.
Awesome. Well, I'm definitely coming to Taiwan. You sold me. It sounds great. I love to
Yes.
come. And thank you so
Cool.
much for today. Everybody go and check out Piestar's music and your clothing brand Starfalln. And yeah, Hardstyle Taiwan. And hopefully we'll all dance together very soon.
Yeah, thank you for having me, Amy.
Of course. I'm so glad we got to do this. And yeah, I'll see you this summer, I'm sure. Maybe in Croatia again or somewhere else.
Cool, I wish. Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Have a great day.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Have a good day. Bye.
Bye. So that was my episode with Piestar. I hope you guys enjoyed that as much as I did. I can't wait to see him again. And I'm hoping one day to go to Taiwan. The parties sound really awesome there. So click the link down below in the description. Check out his music. Check out his clothing line. Check out Hardstyle Taiwan. And yeah, let's keep an eye on him. I'm excited to see what he has for us in the future. So now time for some announcements. So a few weeks ago, I was at Don't Let Daddy Know in Amsterdam at the Ziggo Dome. I was there with Hardstyle Mag. It was so much fun. This is honestly, I think one of my new favorite events, definitely high up on the list. The production level was insane. I haven't seen production like that in a long time. As you guys know, I've been raving for forever. The lights, the pyrotechnics, the confetti, balloons, it was just, everything was really well synchronized, well coordinated. The sound quality was really good. And it was really really nice to see some DJs that I hadn't seen in a while, like Alesso, and you guys know I come from like the early 2000s EDM, so it was really cool to see like Alesso, Nicky Romero, W&W, and like playing those nostalgic hits and having everybody sing along. And yeah, it was just overall a really great time. And if you head on over to my Instagram, MC Unicorn Official, you can check out some content I made there, and then of course my full party report in hardstylemag.com. So next up on my party agenda, in just a few days, I'm flying to Miami. I'm so excited. I'll be going to Ultra Music Festival. I'll also be attending some events as part of Miami Music Week. So keep an eye out for that. So first things first, I'm headed to Afterlife and then Ultra for the full weekend. And then I have a hard dance party right after the Sunday right after that. So it's gonna be crazy. I'll be writing 2 full reviews. So you can follow my Instagram to check out some content. I'll also be representing some amazing brands there. I'm gonna be rocking Rolita Couture, Shroom Beach, and Rave Source. Got my outfits ready to go. So keep an eye on that very soon. And I'm so excited. Following Ultra, I'll be doing a full review on my podcast, so you guys can relive the moments or live them vicariously through me. So stay tuned for that. Also on the topic of Hardstyle Mag, I just want to say we are looking for reporters. So festival season is just around the corner. So if you're fluent in English, if you love the harder styles, if you're passionate about writing, and if you want to go to events for free, send me an email at amy.melissa@hardstylemag.com. And yeah, let me know if you want to party with me this summer. And we're looking for people all over. So it's not just in Europe, if you're in the US or in Asia, wherever, as long as there's hardstyle events there and you're good at writing, just send me an email and yeah, let's talk. We definitely want to add more people to our team. We want to expand all over the world. And yeah, I've been with them now since March of last year, and it's been really an amazing experience. Like, you guys see all these cool events that I get to go through because of them. So if you want to do that too, hit me up, slide into my DMs, send me an email, let me know. And my last announcement for today. So as you guys already know, Drop Zone Festival is taking place this summer in Croatia. So if you want to go to the ultimate hardstyle holiday, click the link down below. Go to dropzonefest.com, book your beachside villa or your pool apartment. They got so many cool things to do there. You can go bungee jumping, you can go jet skiing, you can ride ATVs. There's beachside barbecues and workouts and boat parties and pool parties, and it's insane. I went last year. Definitely everybody go and check that out, and let's party in Croatia this summer. So that's all for the announcements for today. If you'd like the podcast, leave a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel. We'll see you guys next time, Friday, April 7th. Bye!